So when it comes to smart speakers, Google's kind of the OG at this thing. They've been doing it for such a long time. They have such a wide variety of different speaker offerings for your speaker needs. If you want to buy a cheaper speaker for $49.95, they have the low Google Nest Mini. If you want to spend $400 on a speaker, they have the high-end Max. But in this video, we're going to be talking about the Google Nest Mini 2nd Gen that came out in 2019, and I'm going to let you know if it's worth your money in 2020. So stick around and let's get to it. So the Google Nest Mini 2nd Gen was released in October 2019, and it was basically the replacement for the Google Home Mini. So when it came to the Nest Mini, Google just made some very slight alterations from the original design of the actual Google Home Mini. Slightly changed the colors that were available, made the speaker just a little bit smaller. It's so small you probably wouldn't even notice it with the plain eye. They added an additional option for wall mounting. They also added a switch that you can turn off the microphone to stop Google from actively listening, and they made minor little tweaks to the overall design of the Nest Mini itself. One of the things I actually appreciated is with the Nest Mini, Google kind of stuck with that same fabric-like design. I actually like the overall design of the fabric itself. You have the fabric stretched across the top, blending with a light color with the more bolder color on the plastic at the bottom, and it's a nice contrast to each other. And I really like that fabric design because it really blends in with basically any design you have in your room. You can put it in a living room, a bedroom, a kitchen. It really doesn't matter. The light tone of the fabric across the top just really blends in and adds a splash of color to basically any room that you're putting the speaker in. Now the speaker itself is extremely lightweight and portable and easily fits on any kind of desktop or countertop surface you have. It's only measuring at about 42 millimeters high, 98 millimeters wide, and only weighs about 181 grams. Now, specification wise, you're dealing with a Bluetooth 5.0, 2.4 or 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi band, a 360-degree sound variant with a 40 millimeter drive, a quad-core 6-bit AR CPU, and 4.1 gigahertz high-performance hardware engine. You also have built-in touch support for the speakers itself. So basically, when the speaker is on, of course you can control it just by saying, the command of the Google Assistant and then telling it to raise or lower the volume, and you can give it a percentage to do so. But you can also just kind of lightly tap on the left side of the speaker to raise or lower the volume itself. And I found it to be extremely responsive and had no issues controlling it that way. And you can also just use the active lights that are displayed across the speaker itself to kind of guide you to what the speaker is currently doing. If Google Assistant is activating, those lights are usually blinking. If you're lowering or raising the volume, it gives you a good indicator of how low or how high the actual volume is. But it is a smart speaker after all, so what's really important is the overall sound quality. And the Google Nest Mini sports a 2 times stronger bass than the original Google Home Mini. I'm going to grade the overall sound quality as not that bad, especially for a smaller speaker. You get a rich, full sound. Everything kind of sounds really full-bodied. You don't really have any kind of tinniness or echoiness that you would probably expect from a smaller speaker. And at 2 times bass, it's all right. It doesn't give you the deep bass that you would expect or want from a speaker itself. But what are you dealing with? You're dealing with a really smaller speaker, so I didn't expect the bass to be crazy. It was serviceable for what it was. One of the things I really did like is the 360-degree sound. It definitely came in handy, and you can basically hear the same sound quality no matter where you are positioned around the speaker itself. So it really helps that you can place the speaker basically anywhere in the room and not have to worry that you're getting less sound because the front or the side of the speaker is actually facing away or facing towards you. It doesn't matter. You can place the speaker in any way, any orientation, and you're still basically getting the same sound quality no matter where you are in the room. I think where this speaker really shines is its integration with all the googliness that you're expected to get from any kind of Google device. Of course, you have access to the Google Assistant. You have the ability to cast directly to the speaker itself from different music apps like Spotify or YouTube Music. You also have the ability to just speak directly to the Google Assistant. So if you have your profile linked with Google Home, all you really have to do is just say the command, say play my playlist from X music app and it begins playing immediately. That's one of the real benefits of this speaker, is the Google Assistant that's kind of baked in for the overall features of the speaker itself. The sound quality is great, but without these features, that would just be a moot point because you're not getting everything that you need to with the speaker itself. But because it has that Google Assistant and that connection to everything that you have on your phone, you can do a lot of different things that's completely hands-free, and that really comes in handy when you don't want to use your hands. Now, another really cool thing is that if you have more than one of these speakers, or you have other Google smart devices in your home, like the Google Nest or the Google Home Mac, you can actually link those speakers together and use them either as an intercom system or play music simultaneously between the two speakers or three speakers in separate rooms. It's actually a really cool feature, so you can kind of rock out in your home if you want to, or you can send messages via the different speakers within your home. So if you have one in the kitchen, you can actually use it as an intercom from your bedroom and send a message from the bedroom to the kitchen. It's another just really cool small detail that really comes in handy, especially if you have multiple speakers in your home. And of course, these things come with full Android and iOS support, so you don't really have to worry about whatever operating system you're using. These things will integrate with those operating systems extremely easy and give you all the benefits no matter what platform you're on. Let's go back to our initial question of whether the Google Home Mini 2nd Gen is actually worth $50 in 2020. My answer to that question would definitely be yes, but it does come with a caveat, and the caveat is a lot of people are giving these things away for free. So if you are in the market for a smart home speaker and you're looking at the Google Home Nest Mini 2nd Gen, you can definitely do some Googling around. Look at Spotify Premium, look at some of these other deals that are out there. There are tons and tons of companies that are just giving these things away for free. If you sign up for a service, you probably are going to sign up for anyway. So before you drop your $50 on it, go ahead and look through some of those promotions. Hopefully you can find it comped free on the house. If you cannot, and you are going to spend $50 on it, I would definitely recommend it. It has really good sound for the small speaker that it is. That 360-degree sound quality really comes into play. You can basically put it anywhere in the room without worrying about the sound quality. It goes and it matches any kind of decor, so you don't have to worry about it standing out too much in your living room, especially if you got a feng shui thing going. And of course, you get all the Googliness from the Google Assistant, all the playing of your Spotify playlist or your Google Music playlist casting directly to the speaker. It just has a ton of really cool features. You can even play games on it. So it really does have a ton of cool features that you can use. It's worth $50. Find it for free if you can. If not, go ahead and buy it. This one's approved. So do you own a Google Home Max Mini? If you do and you enjoy it, go ahead and comment in the comment section down below. If you're looking for one, if you found some free ones and you want to share it with the community, comment in the comment section down below as well. And if you want more information or just some general tech information about other Google products, make sure you're subscribed to the channel with that bell for notification. That bell is actually pretty important because it's the only way you guys are going to know and release some cool helpful content like this one. Until next time, guys, you can check out a video we did here about Google's Sabrina. That's the next Google Chromecast that's going to be released. We have some pricing, release, and just some leaked information. You can check that video out there. On the bottom is going to be something that YouTube believes you'll enjoy watching. Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video, and as always, until I see you next time, make sure to stay safe and peace out.